sussing out your luck, going hard in the paint, and that's how you assert dominance.
Hey, what's up guys, it's SirTagCR, and today we're back at it again with an aggressive Magic Archer deck. With this deck you have the trifecta of bridge spam for your win condition, you have the Dark Prince, you got the Bandit, and then you also have the Battle Ram. The Dark Prince cleans up all the squishy units that typically destroy or distract your Bandit and your Battle Ram, and it's also a lot more durable, so it's going to take up a lot of those hits, allowing your Battle Ram to actually connect to your opponent's tower. A lot of times when your opponent's defending against bridge spam or Battle Ram pushes, they'll line up their defending units with their tower, and what that allows you to do is drop your Magic Archer or utilize a Magic Archer from defense to offense. And if you line that up with their tower, you're going to get some absurd chip damage, and I really like doing that, dropping that at the river to finish off games. Like most bridge spam decks, whenever your opponent invests into a golem, a giant, or any tank push in the back, you always want to rush opposite lane. And then when your opponent's dealing with all your spam in the opposite lane, you just drop an Inferno Dragon and it melts the tank instantaneously. If they decide to support their tank push, a lot of times it's useful to keep the Ice Golem in your hand. What you want to do is be able to kite the units to the opposite lane with the Ice Golem and make sure that your Inferno Dragon is not touched. Anyway, if you don't have Magic Archer, or if you're not comfortable using them, sub it out for minions. Minions are easy to use and they provide you great air defense. This deck is incredible for grand challenges, so let's go jump straight into some GCs and let's assert some dominance. Alright guys, so we got a game and we don't have the best starting hand. I have to cycle a Dark Prince, but if he has a Hog Rider, he could just, he could do us dirty. You really can't cycle the Inferno Dragon. That is one of the #1 rules with this deck. You cycle the Inferno Dragon, they go tank opposite lane, you're just a sad panda then. So we're going to go in for a zap right on top of the Spear Goblins and the tower, and there is his tank push. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in for my Inferno Dragon, I'm going to go in for Ice Golem to pull the Bats and the Dark Prince, so we don't have to deal with that just yet. Then we're going for the Bandit just to make sure that the Dark Prince doesn't get a charge off on us. We didn't want that to hit the tower. We're going to go in for a Battle Ram with our Bandit and our Inferno Dragon, and notice how our push stacks up. This deck is, I know it's oftentimes called bridge spam, but it's really a counter push deck. You defend first, and then you mount a counter push with whatever units you have, and they have great synergy together. Notice the Barbarian's just clobbering the tower, Bob the Barbarian put it in the work. The Inferno Dragon is actually going to disintegrate the entirety of the Spear Goblins, and he gets on top of the tower. Oh my gosh, we sizzled that tower surely. So what is he going to do? He's probably going to go start a Giant in the back yet again. We're just going to go in for a Dark Prince again. And I wonder if he's got Poison or Fireball. So if he has Fireball, he knocks out the Magic Archer in one fell swoop. If he doesn't, you know, then that's a lot better for us. So he's going to go drop his Giant. We're just going to go and see with our Magic Archer, what does he want to do. At least we will get some utility on the Bats. And then we're going to go split our Inferno Dragon off to the side. So he actually has Poison. Well played by him. And usually they have Fireball, but he went for a Zap as well. So he got a little bit overzealous. We're going to go in for a Battle Ram. Now he doesn't have Zap to slow down or make sure that the Battle Ram doesn't connect. So that's going to be really good for me. And wow, the Inferno Dragon is still alive and thriving. The Inferno Dragon melts everything. And Bob the Barbarian takes the tower. So he's going in for yet again another series of Bats. But he's got to drop something in front of the Bats. I guess he just was really worried about that 3-crown tower damage. I don't know why he was worried about that. Bats were an interesting maneuver. We're going to go in for Bandit opposite lane yet again, guys. I'm just going to go in for my Magic Archer. If he wants to poison it, it's fine, but usually you got to do a little bit more damage than just chip damage with these type of decks. We're going to go in for our Ice Golem to kite everything opposite lane and then go drop our Dark Prince. He's just going to go in for poison chip damage, which isn't going to be significant, and then we're going to go in for a Battle Ram in the left-hand lane. Battle Ram, Dark Prince. Should have dropped my Battle Ram a little bit further back, but I didn't want to give him the opportunity to respond. And we got some absurd zap value. Oh my gosh, we hit just about everything. We just missed one Steven, unfortunately. So that one Steven was left behind. He's still alive and thriving, but it's he's not really able to do anything besides moral support. We're just going to utilize Battle Ram to kite opposite lane. That's one of the things that you learn from Three Musketeers. It's kind of unconventional kiting with Battle Ram, but in a lot of circumstances, it's actually worth it. So we're going to go in for another Ice Golem, and yeah, he's not able to do anything, guys. We could have actually taken his second tower there. We're going to sauce out a good game, well played, and good luck in the rest of your challenge, sir. Oh my god, guys, we got a game against Chief Pat. What are those, dude? Good luck, sir. So we're going to go sauce out the Dark Prince in the back, and unfortunately, he goes in with the log bait and we cycle our Dark Prince. So this is a sad time in the life of Jake. But I'm going to, okay, never mind. I was going to go in with the Battle Ram, but he's got the skill horde as well. So Chief Pat, you got the skills, man. What is up with you? We're going to go in for the Magic Archer right on top of the minion horde. We're going to get ready and raring for a pretty massive counter push. So what I want to do is I want to go cycle my Ice Golem. I want to go cycle my Battle Ram. Usually they don't have Fireball, so I'm kind of banking on that. What are those, dude? You got Buller. No way. But I think the Battle Ram's going to connect regardless. And oh my gosh, the Magic Archer getting so much damage. Chief Pat, you are a sad, sad panda right now. That is a lot of damage. I got really lucky, guys. I'm not going to lie. Like, the Magic Archer, if you're not actually placing it correct, or if you're not placing it yourself, if it lines up with the tower, it's really hit or miss. And in that situation, it ended up connecting with the bowler and the tower and got so much damage on him. Dude, what is this deck? You're trolling me, Chief Pat. What are those, man? So we're going to have to go in for the zap right on top because he doesn't have minor. He hasn't really shown any minor in his deck. I'm not too scared. I'm going to go drop my bandit, wait for one of, well, I would usually like to wait for one of the fire spirits to die, but I just wanted to make sure that the fire spirits weren't going to finesse me there. We have taken out one tower from full, essentially. That is in zap range, so that's not something I'm really worrying about. I'm going to go drop my Magic Archer because Magic Archer is going to finesse the Spear Goblins, and then it's also going to clean up a lot of the fire spirits that he's going to be dropping. I assume he's going to go drop a bowler. He doesn't have Minion Horde and Cycle, so I can get away with the Inferno Dragon. If he does cycle back to another Inferno, or if he does cycle back to another Minion Horde, I'm just going to Fireball it immediately. Inferno Dragon will end up eating up a lot of those fire spirits, fortunately for us. And hopefully the bowler dies before he gets a shot off, and that's exactly what's up. That's clean. So I'm going to go drop my Battle Ram, and he's probably going to go drop an Inferno, or he's going to go drop the Minion Horde, the Skill Horde. I'm going to Fireball that immediately, allowing my Inferno Dragon to stay alive a little bit longer. And right now, we're just playing safe, guys. We're trying to defend the tower for as long as possible. This Dark Prince is actually going to kill the entire... Oh, no, it didn't. It's supposed to, but it didn't. Feels bad, man. We're going to have to go drop Ice Golem off to the side because we're not allowed to eat any chip damage like that. And I think that he's just going to keep rinse and repeating exactly what he's doing. So we're going for a Magic Archer. We're just trying to stack up a lot of units at the river. We're going in for a Dark Prince. We're going for a Zap to make sure that the Magic Archer is able to finesse him. And we're just piling on units at the bridge because we do not want to allow him to have any luxury of double rocket cycling us. That is just such a sad panda moment if he ever gets to double rocket cycle me. So actually, we're just going to take double tower, guys. There wasn't too much he could do after that start. I got very lucky with my Magic Archer just getting all that chip damage on him. So good game, well played, and good luck, Chief Pat. Oh, man. Crazy that we ended up playing the Chief. I can't believe we ended up playing him in a GC. Alright, guys, so we got a game against the Egyptian god Anubis. And we're going to be saucing out the Dark Prince on where the majority of the Goblin Gang is split. So he also has Prince with his Goblin Gang. Dark Prince versus Prince. It's going to be a fairy tale. And unfortunately, he had to stop our Dark Prince in its tracks with the Ice Spirit. So this guy's not a chivalrous sir. We're going to be dropping our Magic Archer right on top. And the Bandit mitigates the charge of the Prince as always. So that's awesome for me. I'm going to go in for a Zap just to make sure that the Bandit actually gets a dash. And it barely gets a dash on the tower. I can't believe he went in for the Spear Goblins there, giving me some value. And this is going to be even better for us. So I'm going to just go kite everything with an Ice Golem. Unfortunately, I don't think the Dark Prince... No. Alright, so the Prince actually gets pulled. I didn't think the actual Prince was going to get pulled. I thought the Dark Prince would. So worked out really well for me. I'm going to go in for another Bandit just to make sure that the Prince doesn't finesse me. Should have dropped it a little bit higher, actually. And then it would have mitigated the charge, and then it would have went towards it. Oh, guys, mistakes. Lessons are learned, and that will never happen again. So fortunately, his Prince is out of cycle because he dropped it at the bridge pretty vigorously. He's going to go drop a Giant in the back yet again, so we're going to get our Zap ready. We're going to go Zap the Goblin Gang, and that's actually going to connect. Usually, you do not want to go Zap a Goblin Gang because it's going to kill the Battle Ram anyway. But in that circumstance, guys, he dropped it really late, so I identified that I could get damage. So that worked out really well for me. So Inferno Dragon is just going to melt everything. I'm just going to kite opposite lane again with an Ice Golem, so that's going to work out even better. We're going to go utilize our Bandit this time correctly. And then we're going to go drop a Dark Prince. So we're going to have to zap those Spear Goblins. Otherwise, the Steve the Spear Goblin has very insidious damage. Accumulates really rapidly over time, rather. And Ice Golem is just going to be making sure that my Inferno Dragon doesn't lock on. But the Dark Prince almost got a hit. Fortunately for us, we don't actually have to deal with those bats because there's 4 of them, not 5, and doesn't even get a single hit. So he's going to go drop his Giant in the back. We're just going to go drop our Inferno Dragon. He doesn't have a great way of resetting an Inferno Dragon, so Inferno Dragon, Inferno Tower just destroys all these Giant double Prince decks. That is their counter. So we're going to go in for a Zap right on top of the Spear Goblins. Or I have to go in for another Dark Prince, rather, and then a Battle Ram. So we're having this massive counter push. You're going to see this theme time and time again. We defend, we build up a counter push, and then the Magic Archer and Inferno Dragon, they just kind of finesse your opponent. They're not really able to do too much. As long as you win the battle at the bridges and keep your Magic Archer alive, it's always going to be very pivotal. And notice how my Magic Archer got so much damage there, guys. He is still doing damage to the tower. I didn't even play it that well. Like, this game was not immaculately played by any stretch of the imagination, but we're just going to Fireball Cycle, and the Magic Archer chip damage finessed him and got me the W. So right here, right now, we're just going to go in for a Zap, and then we're going to Fireball Cycle, and we just need one more card. I'm going to drop my Dark Prince, just because it applies, or it defends a little bit better on the ground compared to an Inferno Dragon. It's going to take the targeting from his Princes and his Spear Goblins, giving me more time. GG, and well played, man. Alright guys, so let's go jump right into this game. He's going to be saucing out the Spear Goblin, so we got to reciprocate with our Ice Golem. We are not allowing him to get any of that chip damage. Actually, I just lied to you guys. The Spear Goblins did penetrate my tower. Feels bad, man, but we will have a little bit of a counter push. He's going to go drop his Goblin Gang. I assume that he's going to want to drop something else. Usually I don't like zapping, but we got to get Bob the Barbarian on top of the tower. And this guy's our nemesis, but I think we're asserting the dominance. So he's Fireballed, he dropped Bats, and then he's also got Spear Goblins. This is probably going to be the Giant Double Prince deck, but he hasn't dropped either of the Princes. I don't really understand why he dropped so many Swarm units. He could also be running Expo and didn't want to drop Tesla. There's so many things that are racing through my head. I don't really understand why. We do know that he's running some type of Zap Bait or Bait deck, and he is going to be running the Giant Double Prince. Why is this deck every single game, man? Like, what is up with this? Whatever, man. We're just going to be dropping our Inferno Dragon. I assume he's going to drop Bats. If he does, we'll drop our Dark Prince and then drop Zap right on top. Nope, he's got Sparky, so I was not expecting that at all. We're going to go drop our Dark Prince before our Battle Ram. I should have dropped my Battle Ram a little bit earlier and then drop my Dark Prince. But it's still fine. Dark Prince is going to shield for the Battle Ram. Battle Ram connects, and we're going to get a lot of damage. I'm going to go in for a Zap right there. And then, yeah, I don't think the Sparky is really going to do anything. I'm going to try to kite. No, I'm just going to go for Ice Golem and then Bandit. Bandit ends up just getting the value on the Sparky, ends up killing it, and the Ice Golem was sacrificed for the greater good. Spear Goblin's dying one hit to our Bandit, so the Bandit might... Nah, so if the Bandit was further away, it could have gotten shielded by the dash mechanic, and then the tower shot wouldn't have actually happened. So sometimes if they drop it like really like closer to the middle, not closer to their tower, then the Bandit ended up getting a dash on their tower, and it's pretty devastating. So he did a really great maneuver there. That guy's a good player, knowing to drop the Spear Goblins closer to his tower. That was actually pretty solid, man. So we're going to go for the Magic Archer. Unfortunately, the Dark Prince gets obliterated, and we're just going to casually try to defend the virginity here. We're going to go drop our Inferno Dragon. He's going to go drop Bats, but we're going to go drop an Ice Golem. We don't want to go drop anything that we're going to have to zap with, so we're going to try to get away with just a Bandit and then a Magic Archer here, and then drop our Dark Prince. So Magic Archer ends up finessing, and Dark Prince and the Inferno Dragon barreling down the right-hand lane. This is going to be working out really well for me. I'm actually just going to go drop our... I'm just going to go drop Battle Ram right now because it's going to be so much utility against the Sparky. It's going to die and then still provide Barbarian, so it's always worth. I like dropping that or Guards depending on what deck I'm running, and in this case, obviously, I ended up dropping Battle Ram. So Inferno Dragon's just going to incinerate the Giant, and he's going to try to defend the tower, but all we really got to do is just go in for 2 Fireballs when we win the game. Or we could just bridge spam him because I think he overcommitted with the Zap there, so that's fine too. He's going to be going in for Spear Goblins, he's going in for Bats, and I'm just going to go in for the Fireball and take the W because there's absolutely no way. Actually, the Inferno Dragon almost took the right-hand side. He caught it, though, barely with the Zap. Well played by him. I'm just going to keep applying pressure so he's not able to afford a Giant. He still has to defend the left-hand lane as we cycle back to a Fireball. And notice how he has to drop his Giant. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. In that situation, it definitely was. Good game, well played, and good luck, sir. Very easy W. This deck destroys Sparky. And that's actually where I'm going to end today's video. I've been having a lot more fun with this variation of Bridge Band because it's a little bit more skillful with the Magic Archer. If you guys want to try out this deck for yourself, make sure to check out the pinned comment. The link to the deck will always be there. Make sure to stop by RoyaleAPI.com for the latest and greatest 12-win decks. The link for that will also be down below in the pinned comment and in the description. Thanks for watching, thanks for chilling with me, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Peace out.